Hi, I'm Dave Epstein. Welcome to this edition of Growing Wisdom. Today we're talking about buying some of those flowering plants in late winter and early spring to brighten up your home. So I'm here today at Barry's Greenhouse. This is a wholesale place in South Natick, Massachusetts, where they're supplying plants to some of the places you might buy yours from. And we've got some things that are flowering already. And when you head off to your local nursery or perhaps even the local grocery store, you might see something like this little narcissus blooming this time of the year, which is late winter, early spring. And it's too early to put it outside, but you want a little bit of color, so you buy this to brighten up your home. The scent's fantastic. You know, it really is spring. The question is okay, after you're done enjoying it, what do you do with it? So when you buy one of these in the grocery store, a couple of choices you have to make. So this particular one, it's nice, it's blooming, you got a couple of more blooms that were coming out. I would probably buy this one because it has the blooms that really still haven't opened up yet. So I have probably 4 or 5 days until this opens up, then a few more days to enjoy it, as opposed to this guy where it's already started. So it's just a personal choice. When they're done flowering, you can move these outside. You know, the green leaves here are going to charge the bulb for next year, and you can see that there's a lot of roots here. This plant has a ton of roots and it's really healthy. So when it's done flowering, you could take the pot away from around it and put it in the ground in a nice sunny location. So you move this outside in the spring, you plant it, and it's charging itself up for the following year. Sometimes those bulbs which we buy that are indoor bulbs and then put outside the following year don't flower. Be patient, wait a year or two. Eventually the bulb will gain enough energy and it will flower outside. Other plants that you'll see often sold for their early color, something like this. This is pulmonaria, and you notice the wonderful blue color here of the flowers. It also has some neat leaves. It's also called lungwort, and you can see the leaf has the wonderful variegated texture. Enjoy this inside, and then once it warms up, you can plant this outside, and this will continue to flower for several years to come. Now, another plant that you'll often see flowering during the latter half of the winter and the early spring is right above me. We've got these wonderful wax begonias, and you can see how great the flowers are, and they're being watered right now automatically. That's what the tubes are in there. Now, if you brought one of these home, you could enjoy it inside for quite a bit of time, and then eventually, as the weather warmed, move it outside. Now, unlike the bulbs or the perennials that we looked at, this particular plant is not hardy in colder climates. So if you live in an area where you get a frost, you're going to want to bring that inside the following fall. Try to keep it going as a house plant during the winter, and then move it back outside the following spring. Anytime you're growing a plant like that in a container, you also want to feed it periodically to keep those blooms going. So there's many choices of plants you can buy in order to bring color, flowers into your homes during those cold winter months, and especially in early spring when we all want some flowers, but it's just not happening in the northern climates. If you do so, you have the choice between bulbs, perennials, or annuals. Any of them are a great choice. The bulbs and the perennials can be put outside when they're done flowering. The annuals will need to be brought back inside when it turns cold again. For Growing Wisdom, I'm Dave Epstein.